No Mercy, Trap New York, NoMercyTV.com. We are here. Massacre 5 documentary, or mini documentary. Just one of the many film projects I decided to get started on. I want to do more of these in the future. I'm trying out some new things as far as film. I know y'all be seeing me taking a hiatus every once in a while from vlogging, just because I'm working with different ideas and stuff. And eventually, I want to produce full-length movies, documentaries, etc., etc. I got just so many ideas in the works. Don't be having a lot of time, so these are things I plan on working on in the future. Like, I'm 31 right now. By the time I'm 35, I want to at least have like a full-length feature movie on YouTube, like just something I just put out for the public for y'all to enjoy and see. And over time, I eventually plan to pretty much get better, with filming and everything like that. So this is my first crack at it. You understand? I'm incorporating green screen. I'm incorporating phone clips and things of that nature. So yeah, I had never been to a King of the Dot event before. So this is my first experience. My first time rocking with them. I've been watching them for years. Recapping battles as well, purchasing pay-per-views. Like, I'm really an avid supporter of battle rap. Like, I support battle rap on all platforms. It's a business. I'm one of those people that, when I go to events for the first time, like, I'm gonna buy a ticket. You understand? I want to really experience, your brand as a thing. I'm gonna buy my ticket, I'm gonna buy my pay-per-view. Even when it's come to RBE, I've purchased tickets and then still went and bought the pay-per-view. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just one of the things I do as a fan of battle rap. When I used to take my trips to 125th Street and get my Smack DVDs, like, I used to buy the real one. You understand? Like, when URL has pay-per-views, I buy the pay-per-view. When King of the Dot has pay-per-views, I buy the pay-per-view. I've purchased iBattle pay-per-views. I've purchased Power. I think that's BBG that runs that out there in Detroit. I've purchased their pay-per-view. So if I showed you right now my Rap Grid receipt list of all the pay-per-views I purchased, yes, I really do this. I don't go online looking for streams and bootlegs and stuff. Like, I'm a fan of battle rap. I want to support the culture. I want to support it financially. I also run my own league where I help, develop talent. We pay for names to come. So I'm fully invested in battle rap. You understand? And it's just one of the things I have a passion for. So I decided, I haven't been to a King of the Dot event before. They come in, to Boston, a place that's just a couple hours from me. I don't have to cross no borders, bring no passports, etc., etc. So all I gotta do is go hop on the bus and ride for 3-4 hours. Yeah, I'm out there. So I decided to pull up. So shout out to Organic, Gully, Rego, everybody over there, staff, Avocado, everybody who's just involved in the whole production and setting up of King of the Dot events. Wanted to actually come out, give my support, and yeah, let's get into the documentary. Good morning, No Mercy here, just waking up. Today's the day Massacre 5 going down. Figured I'd document my day, being that, this is my first King of the Dot event, shit like that. I do want to start doing other film projects and, things of that nature. So throughout my day, I'm gonna be taking little clips and all that. And then when I get back, I'm gonna put them together, do a little bit of narration, probably sit in front of the green screen, blah blah blah. Make a nice little production out of it. And so yeah, I just woke up not too long ago. Had to do my morning Saturday activities before I start my day. And yeah, about to get dressed and get ready, go catch this bus, and yeah, I'll see y'all. I get up early Saturday morning, wake up to the lovely wife. It's great because now that I'm not really working weekends unless overtime come my way, might be able to attend more events nowadays, you know. And one of the things that people tend to say about bloggers all the time is that, oh, bloggers don't go to events, blah, 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 blah. Well, I go to events. Jay Legend goes to events. Visual goes to events. Big Al goes to events. You understand? Like, it's a lot of us that go to events. You know, it's other people that y'all don't see at events on the regular, and for what reasons, who knows? You know, maybe people can't afford the trips, maybe people can't get the time off, whatever. They just enjoy blogging from the comfort of their own home, whatever. You know, I pop out to events. You understand? Never been scared to show my face. You know, as the battle rap culture, we talk battle rap on social media all the time. You understand? So there's no reason why, if you're like really an avid fan of battle rap, you can't be an avid fan without at least going to one event. Like, if you at least got one under your belt, cool. You understand? Like, as a person who purchased Smack DVDs, and I'm from Harlem, where a lot of these battles took place, but it's just that I wasn't in the loop with the right people to know like when battles were going down. So I'm like, yo, I want to actually start going to events live. You know, and that's my whole motivation for all the events that I've been to. If y'all look at my old recaps and predictions, I was at the Summer Madnesses and pretty much most of URL's like their second year of events. I pretty much went to all of them. You understand? So for people that say bloggers don't go to events, nothing for you. You know? So I wake up, get ready. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear. What am I gonna wear to this event? Trap New York shirt, camo cargos, shorts, and Jordans. You feel me? I'm not really a flashy, none of that type person. You know, I just occasionally know how to put shit together. You know, and we going for battle rap, man. Battle rap is a come as you are type of thing. You know, you don't have to get extra dressed up and dolled up and, you know, things of that nature. Just don't show up with fucking holes in your sweatpants and things of that nature. But, you know, just come wear some clean clothes. You understand? That's really all it takes to come to a battle rap event. You don't got to do all the extra, you know, throwing on a million chains and super crazy haircuts. Just comb or brush your shit and, you know, you're good to go, man. What's good, y'all? No Mercy. Trapping wild shit here. Waiting on the train. Gotta head to Port Authority because I live in Queens, so gotta take the E train. Take the joint all the way to 42nd Street. Luckily, it's a straight shot there. And then jumping on the Greyhound, headed up to good old Mass. Feel me? See some battles. Got my Trap New York gear on. I know what time it is, man. Trap shit, hashtag trap shit, hashtag trap or die. You feel me? And we got a trap nigga on the car too. You know what I mean? Shout out to my bro Excel, man. Done put in a lot of work over the years. You know, he on King of the Dot I Battle. He been on every platform. Like, it's not, I don't think it's a platform he hasn't been on except like Flip Top. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we here, man. Times Square is one of the busiest places in New York, like crowded than a motherfucker, like to the T. Like, it's always activity 24/7. Like, outside on the strip might not be crazy, but it's still, you know, people using transportation at all times of the day and things of that nature. So it's a place that's always active, always busy. New York is one of the places where transportation runs 24/7. So if you decide that at 2 o'clock in the morning you want to head to Midtown Manhattan and hit the club for like the last 2 hours or so, then you can do that. You know, a lot of other places you can't really do that. Even a lot of big cities don't allow you to do that. You understand? But New York is, you know, one of the places where you're allowed to. So, you know, when you go to Times Square, you go to Midtown Manhattan, it's tourists, it's people from the city, like it's people that's working. It's one of the busiest areas in the world. Not just in New York City, not just in the United States, not just on this continent, not just in this hemisphere. It's one of the most popular places on the planet. And considering I don't think there's human life in any of the other galaxies and universes and stuff, I'm pretty sure you could pretty much classify it as one of the busiest places in the universe. I decided to take a Greyhound just because, it's so many buses that you can catch to go out there. But my plan for the day is to get there around the time that the event's starting, enjoy the event, and then hop on the bus back home. So I choose a bus time that's appropriate for me. I choose a 10 o'clock bus, which, allows me to wake up. I don't have to wake up too early, but I'm also not waking up too late. And it's going to get me there around the time that I need to be there. Waiting to get on this Greyhound. They tell you to be here 20 minutes early, and they're 20 minutes late. Transportation. I end up waiting, because when you buy a ticket, they tell you to be at the station 20 minutes early at least. I did my part, Greyhound. I got there 20 minutes early. I actually got there half an hour early. I was there since 9:30. So I'm standing on line, and we don't get on a bus until almost 11 o'clock. Like, when I look at my phone, when they finally say we're about to board the bus, it is 10:47. Why? I should be entitled to like a partial refund. And I don't even be caring about stuff like that. Like, if I buy my bus ticket, cool. But don't tell me be there 20 minutes early and my bus is there an hour late. Come on, man. That's bad. That's bad customer service, man. Feel me? And this ain't slander or nothing, so nobody's got to worry about nothing coming down. Like, no, these are the facts. Like, yo, we here. Finally boarding the bus after the shit being an hour fucking late. You feel me? But yeah, man. On our way to Boston, Mass. Shout out Kotd. Be there shortly. It's just weird how the bus companies will tell you be there 20 minutes late to check in and sign in and all this other bullshit, and you still be waiting online for an hour. And we're not even on the Greyhound bus. We on some shit called Yankee or something. So this shit ridiculous, man. But yeah, we out. And then we wasn't even on the real Greyhound bus. We was on the Yankee bus. Some yellow joint that says Yankee. We ain't even get a real Greyhound bus, But one thing I can say, the seats on that bus were comfortable. The person that I did have to sit next to, wasn't like I was like all over them, because I'm kind of a heavy set guy. But we had room to, it was nice and spacious and everything. So I really much enjoyed my trip there. Now, one of the things which, oh my God, I don't know how this happened. When you get on the bus nowadays, especially in 2019, it's supposed to be outlets, Wi-Fi, etc., etc. All I wanted was an outlet, man. That was it. You understand? Get on the bus, we got outlets in front of us on the seats. Cool. Outlet not working. Like, oh man, here we go. So not only did they put us on a bootleg Greyhound bus, but the outlets don't work. You have to sit here 4 hours and hope that my phone doesn't die from listening to fucking music. I'm at a decent power level. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just chill, watch my movies, listen to my music, playing my apps here and there. It's just a 4-hour ride. I'm not going to, consume a lot of power, and it ain't really that serious. I start to get down to 15%. If you got a Galaxy, I got a Galaxy S9 Plus. Weird flex, I know, I don't care. But Galaxy S9 Plus, you get the warning when you get down to 15%, battery's running low. So, being the only African American on the bus, I don't want to look like the weird guy who's trying to just come on the bus and start trouble and stuff like that. So I decide to keep to myself. I'm like, my phone just gonna die. I'm gonna be good, whatever. I look on the map, see how much of a trip we have left. We have 2 hours left. Now I'm looking like, the meme with who is it that be sweating? It's Jordan Peele or whoever it was that be sweating in the meme. I'm looking like that right now, and I'm just like, yo, I need to say something about these outlets not working, because there's a lady sitting in the row across from me. She trying to plug in her phone, and I'm looking to see what happens when she plug it in, and I'm asking her like, yo, you're doing working and shit. I don't even think she understands English, but I had to basically motion to her like plugging in my phone, and like, nah, it's not working, miss. You feel what I'm saying? And she was sitting there, she plugged her joint in, and she was like, nope, it's not working. So my phone gets down to 10%. I'm like, yo, I will not stand for this. So I get up, I go to the bus driver. Now I'm kind of a heavy set guy, so I gotta walk my way all the way through the aisle, and the bus is in motion, and it's just like, you rocking left and right, hitting people's faces and stuff. And it's just like, yo, what do I have to do to get these outlets to work? And like, this trip that I'm taking right now, it better be worth it. You understand? So, and mind you, I'm all the way at the back of the bus. I'm not at the front, I'm not in the middle, I'm all the way at the back by the bathroom. Not the last window seat that's next to the bathroom, but the one right in front of the bathroom. You understand? I'm there. I take my trip to the front of the bus. And I ask the driver, hey, the outlets aren't working. He takes his AirPods out, and he says, hey, I'm sorry, flick. He pressed one button, and the outlets began working again. Dog, you couldn't do that when you took off, or when you pulled out of the station. One flick, he didn't even I couldn't even see the motion. I just seen his wrist move. And the outlets were working again. I was so mad. Like, yo. And then just the fact, because, you never know how people are going to be, especially when they're driving, they're on the clock, so you don't know how people are going to approach, are going to receive you getting up and asking them about, even though it's something that is rightfully, it's promoted when you go to the Yankee site, or when you Google them, it tells you, yo, we have outlets, et cetera, et cetera. So rightfully, we're entitled to that. But you still don't know how some people are going to be. Like, you get the asshole bus driver that be like, you and your outlet, better go sit down and stop interrupting my driving. I'm trying to drive here. You don't want me to crash, dude? Like, you understand? You can get a driver like that. You understand? So, that was just my whole thing. And, he turned the power on. I went back to my seat. My outlet was working. I actually yelled out to everybody, as if I was an announcer or something. 'Cause I wish the bus driver would have did that. Nobody's outlets were working, so you at least want to make an announcement. Hey guys, the power outlets are on. You can charge your phone, because people got phones out, laptops out. Like, the dude right in front of me was having a laptop out. He was watching movies and Netflix and stuff like that. So, I think it would have been cool to make an announcement that, hey, the power's working, like, something like that. But I took it upon myself to do that. Say, hey, everybody, if y'all trying to use the electrical outlets, they're working now, blah, blah, blah. Everybody just looked at me like I was crazy, but I think none of them understood English, so it was really like no point in me doing that. I arrive in Mass. I get to Mass maybe around 4 something. Yeah, I believe it was 4 something. So basically it was a 5-hour trip. There was traffic and accidents along the road. It was a lot of traffic. Like, there was points where traffic would be slowed up for like 10, 15 minutes at a time. So, a 4-hour trip easily turned into 5 hours. So when I make it to South Station, mind you, I'm in contact with Jay Legend throughout this time. And I'm telling him like, yo, if you get there before me, let me know if stuff start, whatever. I'm trying to get there, and I get to the bus station. Now, when I get to the bus station, I stop at a newsstand. Gotta get my Dentine Ice, some of the best gum in the world. You know what I mean? Like Arctic Chill. Get the black one. Do not get any other flavor. This one will have your breath lit in just a matter of seconds. You feel me? Yo, I'm doing a lot of product placement in this documentary too. I better get cut a check or something. You feel me? Or send me some product, But anyway, so after I hit the newsstand, I go outside the station. I catch me an Uber.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Me in Boston. Finally made it. I'm in an Uber right now, headed to the venue. That whole shit on the bus was funny as hell because I thought the outlets on the bus didn't work. I simply went up to the driver and asked him, yo, what's up with the outlets? He forgot to switch them on. I'm sitting up there thinking I'm gonna have a 4-hour bus ride, having to conserve battery and save battery and shit. My joint was on like 10%. All I had to simply ask him was what was up with the outlets, and he just hit a switch and it was working. So, I'm good now. Headed to the Middle East. Go check out some battles and all that. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Surprisingly, Uber prices in Boston are really cheaper when compared to New York City. A trip that'll be 15 minutes in New York City probably be like $14, $15. But going from Boston South Station to the Middle East, which was like a 10, 15-minute trip, only cost me $8. So, appreciate Uber and other states and everything like that. If you ever think Ubers are expensive where you live, trust me, it's nothing compared to New York. So, I'm in the Uber. We get around to the Middle East. The first person I actually seen was Ilmac. I didn't get to, I wasn't recording while I was in the Uber much, but when the driver hit the corner, we was like a block away, and I seen Ilmac walking up the street, so he was the first person I seen. When we actually get to the Middle East, everybody's still outside. Excel, the rest of the homies is there, Geechee's there, Rum, Ill Will, everybody pretty much outside. I seen my guy Dallas Cash, shout out to him. And the event hadn't started yet. I'm thinking I'm late. I'm getting there. It's probably like 4:30, so I'm thinking like, damn, I'm probably missed a couple battles. Excel, he's bottom of the flyer. That's my man, so I want to see his battle in person, especially he from out there. So surprisingly, I was able to catch his battle. Before I went in, I actually went and got some McDonald's. I was starving that whole trip, and then so I went in there, had time for me to eat, chow down real quick. Then I get in the venue. Now, the Middle East venue is dope as hell. You feel me? Like it's a restaurant / nightclub, but the club part is in the basement. But in the basement they got the bar, everything like that. Overall, there was a lot of people in there too. There's a lot of people in there. I want to say at least maybe 300 actually. I'm not sure the actual numbers, but it was a nice amount of people in there. So. Now let's talk about the event. Whoa! Now let me say this: it was an amazing event. I'm gonna start off like that. It was an amazing. Every single battle I enjoyed. There was no trash battles. Every single battle to me was fire, worth watching, had some replay value to it. The energy in the building was amazing. Like everybody was really, you could tell everybody is really there for battle rap. Like it's not one of those popularity contest type things. Like it's one of those environments that like, I feel like if I was a rookie battle rapper, I could have got up there, started rapping good, and people would have been, on my side and everything like that. Like that's the type of environment they have. And that's one of the key things when you have a battle league. Like you don't want people to feel like they're coming into an environment where they're outnumbered or their material isn't going to be appreciated and things like that. Of course, you're going to have the occasional material that flies over heads or just certain things that people aren't going to get. But at the end of the day, if your material's fire, your material's fire. You understand? And I feel like that King of the Dot crowd, they appreciate all types of material, like street material, urban material, not urban material, but suburban material. Like when you're bringing up like what Rum Nitty had against Sharon, before I even get to the battle, a Will and Grace bar that everybody caught. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a room that's receptive to all material. So you just really much have to be fire, So let's get into the first battle of the night. XL versus Quest Kotd. This battle was crazy. I felt like XL got the first round. Quest had a good first. You feel me? Quest had a good first. And I felt like this battle was really important for him just because he had just got his ass kicked at Summer Impact last week. Like, they got dogged bad on some unprepared shit. And I'm going into the battle, I'm like, yo, going into the 2-on-2, I thought Marvin Quest was going to win because I know Twerk and Suge for, having moments where they're unprepared. So I'm like, yo, with the chemistry and plus Marvin Quest always being ready, they're going to get them niggas out of there. And it went the exact opposite way. Marvin Quest was the ones that were unprepared, and Twerk and Suge were the ones that were just wilding on them. You understand me? So with that being a bad look, I felt like this was kind of redemption for Quest. He needed this battle. I gave XL the first. Quest's second round was phenomenal. Like, he jumped into a bag and he was just showing everything. Like, he had rebuttals, he had jokes, he had haymakers. Like, he was talking his shit. Like, he even had an angle, and I think this was in the second, where he was talking about that he's just as much as Team Homie as XL is because, his ties with all the people in the homies. Like, he was like, if I slap you, are they gonna help? You think they gonna help you or something like that? Like, if I slap you, you think they gonna stop me or something like that? And it was fire. You feel me? So I had the battle 1-1 going into the third, and Quest third was cool. I just felt like XL did enough to make it debatable. So I would have had that third. I'd have had that debatable. So for me, that battle went 2-1 either way. But it was a fire battle. Like, yo, XL, he really showed. And Quest Kotd, he has a lot. Like, in his style, he has a lot. Like, he can go to a lot of different places, like with the comedy, with the rebuttals. Like, he's really the full package battler. So he's definitely somebody I feel like deserves a lot more respect. So I would hope in the future to see him, like, against other comp and everything. But, this was a really dope battle for both of them. You feel me? I felt like they both needed this. So, next battle.
We're gonna do a mic check real quick.
Paz versus Enes. Now, I've never seen Paz live before. Watching his battles, I don't know. It's just something about him that I feel is missing. I don't know what it is. I do think Paz might need to do a little bit more, maybe media. Like, I don't see enough interviews. I don't see enough of him talking his shit. Like, he don't really brand himself too well in battle rap. Like, I think that might be what the issue is with him. Like, we all know he's a dope lyricist. Like, his bars be crazy, but I feel like he need to really put his foot down and let people know who he is, because Pat's a legend at this point. You understand? So he need to really be shining in, this 2019 era of battle rap. And him versus Ness is pretty much two legends going at it, and two legends who can really rap. Like, that really was the battle of the guys that rap for real. You feel me? But Ness is more of a performer, And I feel like in that type of setting, Ness didn't really have much room to perform, so Ness needs space, man. Ness needs space. Number one, he's a heavyset guy. Number two, even though he lost a lot of weight, I'll say that he definitely lost a lot of weight. And number two, he liked to move around. He liked to move around, so you got to make space for a guy like that. A pitch setting might not always be, the best move for him, but them bars still hit the way it's supposed to. Now, the way I scored this battle, I had Paz 2-1. I felt like Paz got the first and the third. I felt like Ness bombed on him in the second, and I also in the second Paz choked. You understand? And it was a bad one. It was a bad choke. You feel what I'm saying? And there's another battle that I had 1-1 going into the third. The only thing, my only complaint about Paz might have been the whole, the walking for cheesecake thing kind of gets tiring when people are battling that. You feel me? Unless you have something creative or something really unique, then it's like it's one of them angles where it's like I heard this before. You feel me? But I felt like Paz still won the battle. It was a dope battle overall. Aside from the slip up that Paz had, and it was a bad choke too. You feel me? But one of the things, Paz as a recent, he's done this in a few battles. So I definitely want to see Paz get it together and really, just come more prepared. You understand? But overall, this was still a good battle. You feel me?
Coming to the stage, make some noise for Ill Will, yo!
Ill Will 3-0. Now, let me say this. Ill Mac, to me, is one of the best as far as writing goes. I'm one of the few people that think Ill Mac could beat Lux. Like, a lot of people think, my wife's about to make a face right now. She's like, you want some bullshit, but I think Ill Mac can beat Lux. You feel me? If you're talking from a writing standpoint, and Lux possibly not doing, any antics or something, if it came down to just strictly rapping, which I think it really would, then I think Ill Mac could possibly hit him. But this is the problem with Ill Mac. Ill Mac, it's hard for him to shine against dudes that are more than just bars. Guys who are aggressive and have energy, he's not going to do well against. He's going to beat people like JC because even with them being writers on just about the same level, Ill Mac brings just a little bit more energy, a little bit more delivery than the average writer. So that's why he's going to shine against, people like that. But when you put him against somebody like an Ill Will, like, could you imagine Ill Mac battling New Jersey Twerk or even battling the Shotgun Suge? He's going to lose, and it's not going to be because of a writing standpoint. It's going to be from a performance and energy standpoint. Like, it's just everything the other person says is just going to tower over him and just overshadow what he's doing. And this is what Ill Will did for all 3 rounds. So I'd have to give that battle Ill Will 3-6. Like I said, Ill Mac is an amazing writer. Like, he wasn't, I don't know, this battle, it wasn't one of his best performances. Like, he did well, but he could have been a lot better, and I think for Ill Will, you have to prepare for that. You can't just prepare for the crowd is going to catch my shit and just being good with the crowd. You have to tower over. You have to somehow reverse the whole, it's like the whole bully thing. Like, you have to be ready to counter that thing. You're going up against somebody who's way taller than you, who has a deeper voice than you, and just is like a powerhouse when it comes to delivery, jokes, and everything like man. But Ill Mac did have some dope angles against Ill Will. Like the one he had about how Ill Will always say he gonna smash somebody's girl, And Ill Mac was like, I broke up with my girl preparing for you just so you can't smash hypothetically or something like that. Like, that was crazy. I thought that was fire. You feel me? So I had that Ill Will 3-0. I felt like Ill Mac did good, so it wasn't a body bag. You understand? But it was still a dope battle overall. Now, the next one was Rum Nitty versus Sharon. Battle of the night. Battle of the night. You understand? Man, on both sides, this battle was amazing. Like, it's one of those battles that's even, it's hard to score because they both were going off. Like, if you were to talk about top performances from both battlers, for both of them, this was one of their best performances. Rum Nitty was just wilding. Like, he's an alien, man. Rum Nitty is an alien. Like, the way he put his shit together, you know, the way he's performing now. One thing about Rum Nitty, he wasn't heavy on performance. You know, he's dope writing, he's delivery and aggression, but now he's starting to put more performance on his shit. And listen, man, him and Sharon was a dogfight. It's really one of those battles that's hard to score. That battle probably gonna do 1 million views. Like, if it doesn't, I'll be extremely shocked because it was a great battle. As far as Sharon, like, a lot of people thought because Sharon had the suit on that it was gonna be like a gimmick or something. It really wasn't. Like, Sharon really came to rap. Sharon was calling out a lot of people. Like, Sharon wants smoke with everybody. Like, he called out Real Deal. He called out Diz. He even had a bar about Surf. He said he had a setup where he was pointing, and he said, yeah, I'm pointing fingers like Sue Surf in the courtroom. That was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So that was a battle I really enjoyed. Man, I can't wait to see that one on camera. You feel me? I think on camera, that's really, like, that's one of them battles. That's a potential battle of the year. Like, if you talk 2019 best battles, that goes in, like, the top 10 somewhere. Like, that was really a dope battle on both ends. You feel me?
Let's go!
Next battle, Big K versus Geechee Gotti. Now, Geechee went first, and Geechee had a cool first. Like, his first was cool, but I know how Big K does in mass, and man, Big K goes for classics in mass, so you know he always gonna come with it. And I was like, by the end of Geechee round, I was like, okay, this round is good, but if Big K come how he normally comes at mass events, it's gonna be a long night for Geechee. If based off Geechee's first, like if his last two was like that. And Big K went in his first round and he was spazzing, like, out the gate. And it was really like how Geechee say every fucking bar, Big K in his first, every single bar was crazy. You feel me? I had to give Big K the first. Now, the second round, Geechee was going off. Like, his second round was amazing. You feel me? I would say that, to me, was the best round of the battle. I wouldn't say that content-wise, but I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute. But I felt like the second round was the best round of the battle. Geechee's second round was the best round of the battle to me. Big K came back. He had a cool second, but he didn't do enough to beat out what Geechee did. You understand? So I got it 1-1 going into the third. Now, the third round. Here's the thing with their thirds. Both of their thirds was on some talking to them type shit. You know, that street shit that they both like to talk. But the problem was they both had slip-ups and fumbles in their thirds. Now, for me, I would give Geechee the third round because even though he had a stumble, he got right back to it. Big K's, his was more like a choke, pretty much. You understand? It was a stumble, borderline. Like it took him a little minute to get it back. So I would have to say like it was a clear difference between their fumbles. You understand? So for me, if I had to give somebody the third, it would be Geechee. You feel me? So I would have to give that back to Geechee. Got it 2-1.
I'm going to need all y'all in your best behavior to position as a line on the line. Please react accordingly. Just don't turn to your friend and start a conversation about what the fuck we're going to eat later or some shit like that. Let's make this shit pop. Chillin' real deal. Deserve this one. Let's have fun with this. Yo, Boston again. It's been great. Let's finish this one out strong, man. That being said, coming to the stage, make some noise for the challenger. Real deal, y'all. Coming to the stage, the current Kotd champion. Make some noise for Chilla Jones,
Real Deal versus Chilla Jones. Man. Okay. First round. Real Deal goes first. Real Deal's first is fire. Like, amazing. His first round is crazy. Chilla comes back. Chilla's first round got to a point where we was on some, like, get off him, leave him alone. Like Chilla was going for blood in that first round. You understand? Chilla's first, it's not even close. Chilla clearly got that first round. And this is with an amazing round from Real Deal. Chilla got that first. Now, the second round, which I feel like is the round, if anything, it would come down to, because this was the closest round of the battle. So, me personally, I gave Chilla Jones the second round. Now, when it got back on Real Deal's second was fire. You feel me? Real Deal's second was flames. He was going off. And when it got back on Chilla, I felt like Chilla did just enough to convincingly take the second round. Now, you got some people that's going to try to edge Real Deal to second. I definitely want to see how it translates on camera, because in the building, I felt like the second round, Chilla Jones convincingly took the second. So it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. So I got it Chilla 2-0 going into the third. And I felt like Real Deal was doing his thing. Like, he was fired. But Chilla Jones was just the better man this night. Now, the third round. A lot of people got mixed feelings about the third, as far as this being a title match and Real Deal sacrificing a round to do the emotional round. And Real Deal's third was amazing. Like, with him pretty much giving his story, what he's going through and everything. When I look back at it, considering this is a title shot that he's finally well deserving of, you have to make it a spectacle. Like, this is what you've been working so hard for. So when I look at it, I'm like, okay, this round actually fits, because, everybody wanted Real Deal to get a shot at the title. This is one of those things people feel he rightfully deserved. This is like his shining moment. So he has to put that story out there and let y'all know, like, what how he's been working towards this and the things he's had to overcome, So I feel like Real Deal took the third round. Chilla, I felt like his third was his lightest round out of all three rounds. You understand? So it was kind of kind of a momentum switch for the third. You know, so I personally would give the battle Chilla 2-1. I gave him the first and second round. Now, when it comes down to the judges' decisions, right? The judges there's 5 judges. Nitty, Geechee, Ill Will, Lex Luthor, and Ilmac. Now, we was already wondering what's going on because the judging was taking a pretty long time. And a pretty long time compared to how long I think the judging usually is. You know, I don't think the judging usually takes more than a minute or two, but the judging took probably about 5 or 6 minutes, I want to say. You know, now, everybody I was talking to was saying that they felt like Jones clearly took the first and the second. And we're going off energy in the building. Remember, y'all people watching at home on pay-per-view, it's a different, you know, type of vibe, a different type of energy that, you know, you're feeling watching on cam. But in the building, a lot of times you go off energy. And it really felt like in that building, Chilla had it 2-1. So Chilla even puts on the shirt that says, and still Kotd champion. And when Organic finally announced it, that Real Deal won, it's like, what? The crowd immediately started booing. You know, which the crowd didn't boo the whole night. This happened and they were booing. Like, I was like, shit. Like, that was crazy for me. Like, I never seen niggas boo a championship decision. You understand what I'm saying? But shout outs to Real Deal. Congrats to him for winning. You know, I still feel like he was worthy of a title shot. So him winning the title, he's deserving of it. You know, despite how people are calling the battles, I mean, if this is what the judges said, and this is what the judges said. You know, I got a chance to holler at Jay Legend after the battle to get his thoughts on it.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Massacre 5 is over. They just announced the decision.
Get the fuck out of here.
Real Deal is the new Kotd champ.
3-2.
Shine.
Yo.
That battle wasn't close.
No. Listen, like I said before, this is the honest to God truth. Chilla got them the first 2 rounds. First round is not even a debate. After that third round, I just want to ask anybody, before you make your decision on anything, just ask yourself, can you enjoy a round without scoring it for somebody? Because I don't want to ruin what was said, right? Purchase your thing, check out the battle yourself. But the majority of that third round had nothing to do with Chilla Jones.
Yeah.
So if the first round was clear, and everybody in the building is saying that first round was clear, and everybody's saying the second round they gave it to Chilla, well then the third round, if you want to score it for Real Deal, which I have to see right now, I just talked to Cortez. He just told me 2-1. And I'm trying to understand something. So where did what was the other round you gave? I don't understand that. I can't see how. And if you gave him that third round, what did you give it based off of? He did not attack his opponent. It's not that you couldn't enjoy that third round. I enjoyed the third round. It was dope. It was well put together. It was heartfelt. But that's not attacking your opponent. And if that's the case, then why the fuck Cortez don't got that chain right now? Somebody tell me that. If that's the case, if you can sacrifice a round and get it, why the fuck Cortez don't got that chain right now? That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Man. It was a clear Chilla 2-1.
Oh, man, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
That's crazy.
There ain't no way you.
That's crazy.
I don't know how the fuck you could do that.
That pissed me the fuck off.
I don't know how you.
Yeah, so that was, you know, what the event was. Shout out to everybody that performed. Dope night overall. I enjoyed myself. Shout out to everybody that got a chance to chop it up with the building. As far as my trip back, you know, this is the funny thing. As far as going home, I wasn't sure how King of the Dot events run. I wasn't sure if they ran on Real Nigga Time or whatever the case was. So I thought that I might be getting home like really early in the morning. Turns out I was able to catch a 10:30 bus going back to New York City that was scheduled to get me back to New York City at actually 3:30. So yeah, it's supposed to be 10:30 to 3:30. I woke up we was in Midtown Manhattan by like 2:10, 2:15 or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get home earlier than, I should be. So, overall it was a dope experience. I really appreciated, all the hospitality in the building. Definitely had a couple of drinks in there that was dope. I'm definitely gonna try to make more mass events, hopefully I can go with the wife next time. She be busy as hell, but I'll be wanting to pop out to events with her. That's my roadie right there. It's my A1, it's my best friend right there. So I'll be wanting to go to all my events with her and stuff like that. But she's such a workaholic that sometimes it's hard to get her off her little Palm Pilot with her busy schedule and everything. So but next time I'm definitely gonna try to be there with her. But I'm making it a thing to come out to all mass events. Just the overall feeling in the building and all the energy, man. Yeah, I definitely gotta be in the building for more mass events, you understand? So shout out to Kotd, shout out to everybody. And yeah, I'll be at y'all soon, man. No Mercy, Trap, New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. I know what time it is, man. I'm out of here.
Yo, what's good, y'all? No Mercy, Trap and Wild shit. On the bus now, leaving Mass. Feel me? Dope event tonight. Definitely was a lot of dope energy in the building. Salute to everybody that I got to chop it up with. You feel me? Everybody was wild, cool. You feel me? There's a lot of love in the building. Shout out to Kotd. Shout out my guy Jay Legend. Shout out my guy Visual, Bobby Lee, Dallas Cash, Excel. Like just everybody I got a chance to really chop it up with and really show love. Ines, Ill Will, Jersey Twerk. You feel me? Dope event. Definitely gonna come to future mass events. For me, just the overall experience was dope. It wasn't a bad battle on the card. The energy in the building was great. Everybody was, giving all the battlers a chance. And that's one of the things you just notice, going to different leagues and stuff. Like, it wasn't no booing in the building, ironically, until, the decision for the change. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Definitely gonna be back. Hopefully Mass 6 be sometime soon, or whenever it happens. I'm in the building, I'm supporting. You understand? But I was able to, the event flowed smoothly too. That's another good thing about it. Like, I didn't get my return bus ticket because I was like, I don't know how long the event was gonna run or how smoothly it's gonna run. Like, I thought I was gonna wind up catching a 2:30 bus, but the main event, the title match started like around 8:40, 8:45. I'm like, oh, it's a 10:30 bus. I'm probably gonna make it in time to catch that. So, right before the main event started, I was able to cop my bus ticket. Like, yo, let me get the 10:30 bus, and I made it in time for my bus. So, here I am on the way back to New York, and that's it, man. Salute to Kotd, salute to everybody, all the staff and everything over there. Definitely was a smooth running event. And yeah, man, I'll be back soon.